Have you ever wondered why he stands out? He's been called a man of all trades when it comes to technology. He is an expert in computer programming, physics, rockets, engineering, solar power, neuroscience, business, and infrastructure, to name a few. Being able to rapidly master these subjects on a deep level has allowed him to disrupt industries. We are talking about Elon Musk, and today we'll be presenting you with 10 of his most amazing inventions. Teslaquila. Teslaquila started off as an April Fool's Day joke. Anyway, Musk posted a photo of himself propped up by a Model 3 saying he'd been found surrounded by Teslaquila bottles. Later, he filed a trademark for Teslaquila and he says it's coming soon. In fact, Tesla filed an application with the US Patent and Trademark Office in October to trademark Teslaquila. Musk went further with the joke by tweeting a picture of what the Teslaquila bottle might look like if it were to exist. The funny thing is that this could actually be a fantastic idea. High-end automakers tend to sell their merch very well. For example, Porsche sells earbuds and Maserati sells a keychain that is a leather oval and costs $163. Tesla would be part of a grand tradition, and starting a tequila brand is a very popular celebrity hobby. However, if Tesla wants to make Teslaquila viable as tequila, it would have to associate itself with an authorized tequila producer, comply with certain standards, and request authorization from Mexico's Industrial Property Institute. The Tequila Regulatory Council keeps tabs on producers to assure they adhere to a strict denomination of origin rules, which dictate the spirit must be made in the Mexican states of Guanajuato, Jalisco, Michoacán, Nayarit, or Tamaulipas, among other requirements. The Boring Company. The Boring Company is one of Elon Musk's companies, described as an infrastructure and tunnel construction company that came to existence the moment that Elon tweeted that he was going to build a tunnel boring machine and just start digging. Then he replied, "I'm actually going to do this," and guess what? He's doing just that right now. The Boring Company was initially formed in December 2016 as a subsidiary of SpaceX, becoming a separate and fully independent company in 2018. As of December 2018, most of the equity was owned by Musk. The Boring Company uses 3 boring machines: Godot, Linestorm, and Proofrock. The Boring Company may just be Musk's most successful social media pitch to date. The Tesla CEO officially launched the Boring Company in January 2017, but not before returning to Twitter to coin a company slogan, "Boring, it's what we do." Musk is definitely out of his mind for doing something so crazy. The test dig reportedly began on a Friday afternoon when Musk said, "Let's get started today and see what's the biggest hole we can dig between now and Sunday afternoon," running 24 hours a day. At the end of that period, the Boring Company had managed to produce a hole measuring 30 feet wide, 50 feet long, and 15 feet deep. On top of that, to make some extra cash, he's been selling the Boring Company merch. So far, he has sold 50,000 hats at $20 each, bringing in $1 million, and 20,000 flamethrowers at $500 a pop, bringing in $10 million. So far, 30,000 hats have been shipped, and the flamethrowers are due to go out sometime this spring, according to the company website. Tesla Model 3. Another of Elon Musk's fantastic inventions is the Tesla Model 3, a budget model of Tesla designed for electric-powered performance, quick acceleration, and a standard battery. Tesla Model 3 is powerful and athletic, and it has a much longer electric driving range than most EVs. It's got a futuristic, comfortable interior and ample trunk space, and all for the lower starting price than many of its classmates. Elon Musk says they built the Model 3 to last as long as a commercial truck, 1 million miles, and the battery module should last between 300,000 miles and 500,000 miles. Model 3 drive unit and body is designed like a commercial truck for a 1 million-mile life. Tesla Model 3 would be ideal for a family that can afford a premium vehicle's upfront costs. It's safe for its size, offers the promise of low long-term maintenance costs, and as a green vehicle, the Model 3 has a low cost of energy. He took this into consideration when creating the Model 3, as he wanted it to be an affordable vehicle that still didn't sacrifice Tesla's power and benefits. He eventually released an upgraded version, the Tesla Standard Plus. Tesla explains that the Standard Plus is more popular than the standard model, so the company has made the decision to simplify our production operations to better optimize costs, minimize complexity, and streamline operations. SpaceX. Elon Musk founded space travel company SpaceX back in 2002 with the dream of making life multi-planetary. However, things were not exactly easy for the budding entrepreneur, as SpaceX's goal was to reduce space transportation costs and enable the colonization of Mars, something that seemed outlandish during the time it was founded. SpaceX's early years were definitely not easy. While Musk provided the vision, his company was not an overnight success. Key people, such as employees like now President and COO Gwynne Shotwell and and investors like the members of the Founders Fund helped forge SpaceX into the business it is today. SpaceX has won billions of dollars in NASA and Air Force launch contracts. It also carries payloads for private companies. Now SpaceX is valued at over $30 billion and has more than 6,000 employees around the country. The company is launching rapidly, with a backlog of orders for its Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets. Eventually, SpaceX wants to be able to reach Mars. Though, let's remember that Mars is a cold, unforgiving, almost airless rock located an average of 140 million miles from Earth. Massive ingenuity is required to land even a small spacecraft there today, let alone a giant spaceship full of people and cargo in 2025. That's why SpaceX wants to increase the amount of money and staff it had since the beginning, and using them to build a space vehicle known as the Big Falcon rocket, or the BFR. The fully reusable 387-foot tall system consists of two giant stages, a roughly 18-story tall Big Falcon spaceship and a similarly huge Big Falcon booster. The booster will launch the spaceship on top towards space, then land itself for reuse. Musk has said that the BFR's spaceship is the hardest part of the system to get right, so that's where SpaceX is focusing most of its energy. To that end, the company is building the BFR factory in the port of Los Angeles, about 15 miles south of SpaceX's headquarters. While that facility is constructed, engineers are working under a nearby 20,000 square foot tent to build a prototype spaceship out of advanced carbon fiber materials. OpenAI. His next invention is the wonderful OpenAI, a development and deployment company that wants to create artificial general intelligence benefits. The company conducts research in the field of artificial intelligence, with the stated aim to create and develop friendly AI in such a way as to benefit the human race as a whole. It is considered a competitor to a similar company, DeepMind. Musk tweeted the question, "What is the best thing we can do to ensure the future is good? We could sit on the sidelines, or we could encourage regulatory oversight, or we could participate with the right structure with people who care deeply about developing AI in a way that is safe and is beneficial to humanity." Musk acknowledged that there is always some risk that in actually trying to advance friendly AI, we may create the thing we are concerned about. Nonetheless, the best defense is to empower as many people as possible to have AI. If everyone has AI powers, then there's not any one person or small set of individuals who can have AI superpower. X.com. In 1999, Musk founded a company called X.com, which focused on financial services and email payments. A year later, X.com merged with Confinity and adopted the name of that company's best-known service, PayPal. The two technologies created a powerhouse that led the way in online payments, which was eventually bought by eBay in 2002 for $1.5 billion. Musk pocketed $165 million from that deal. Hyperloop. Hyperloop is a sealed tube or system of tubes with low air pressure through which a pod may travel substantially free of air resistance or friction. The Hyperloop could convey people or objects at airline or hypersonic speeds while being very energy efficient. He mentioned Hyperloop first in 2012. The Hyperloop concept has been explicitly open sourced by Musk and SpaceX, and others have been encouraged to take the ideas and further develop them. To that end, a few companies have been formed, and several interdisciplinary student-led teams are working to advance the technology. Zip2, Musk's first web software company created with his brother using money loaned by their father, was targeted toward helping the newspaper industry put together city guides for online users. After considering and ultimately rejecting a merger with CitySearch, Zip2 was eventually acquired by Compax for $307 million in 1999. Musk received $22 million from that sale. Zip2 also included an arts and entertainment guide and specific directories for different categories of businesses. It was definitely a fantastic software at the time, which is why it was brought so fast. Blaster. Before he popularized electric cars and began planning the colonization of Mars, Musk was a kid who liked video games. So, at the age of 12, he made his own. That's impressive enough, but Musk being Musk, he sold the game to a magazine for roughly $500. Solar City. Co-founded in 2006 by Musk and his cousins, Solar City has since grown to become the second largest provider of solar power systems in the country, with revenues of $102.8 million in 2019. It's in the process of creating storage systems letting people tap into the power produced by solar panels at night. The company is also working with Tesla to offer free solar-powered charging stations to owners of the vehicles, making them more convenient to charge. So, this was our countdown of Elon Musk's 10 most amazing inventions. What did you think of them? Which one was best? Let us know in the comments.